Have you ever had one of those days, or maybe one of those weeks or even longer, where everything seemed to be going from bad to worse? Sometimes we use a phrase to describe that by saying it was just one thing after another. Sometimes it's just inconvenience. It may be that the store doesn't have the stock that we need, but sometimes it can be tragic. We can be losing lives as something like the coronavirus has attacked our nation. I've had seasons like that. You probably have as well. So did the prophet Habakkuk. Listen to the words that are recorded for us in Habakkuk chapter 3, verses 17 and 18. Though the fig tree may not blossom, nor fruit be on the vines, though the labor of the olive may fall, and the fields yield no food, though the flock may be cut off from the fold, and there be no herd in the stalls, yet I will rejoice in the Lord, I will joy in the God of my salvation. Habakkuk describes a time when in Israel, the entire nation was suffering, one thing after another, from bad to worse. First, the fig tree not producing its fruit. That was mostly an inconvenience. Figs were as much a delicacy as anything. And you could do without figs without really adversely affecting your life. But then he mentions no fruit beyond the vines, not only on the figs, but also in the olive trees. And that became progressively more inconvenient. No olive oil for the lamps, no olive oils for cooking. And then the fields yielding no grain. And so it's gone from highly inconvenient to that which really can be tragic. Starvation could affect the nation of Israel when it's not producing grain. And from grain to no livestock. And so not only was there no food to eat, they really had lost their ability to even produce fruit. And yet, Habakkuk did not despair. Habakkuk looked at the bigness of God rather than the bigness of the problem. Habakkuk said, I will rejoice in the Lord. I will joy in the God of my salvation. When times are tough, when things are changing daily around us, what we need is gratitude. We need to have trust in the Lord. It's hard to have gratitude in the times that are toughest. And yet Habakkuk shows us that we can trust in the Lord because he is bigger than any problem that we may suffer. Don't forget, stay strong, stay encouraged. Know that God is still in charge. Peter says, cast your cares upon him, for he cares for you. And he does. Thank you for listening.